Very good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. I'm Ashwarya Kapoor with you. All the developing news stories at the top of this hour coming up in the next 30 minutes. First up, the headlines. Prime Minister Modi sounds poll bugle from Meerut, takes the jibe at Congress's Nyay scheme, says the one who could not open bank accounts of poor cannot deposit money. Asserts our vision is to make India strong and secure. Amit Shah to address a rally in Assam. Priyanka Gandhi to interact with people in Rai Bareli. Third phase nominations for Lok Sabha polls begin today. Polling on 23rd of April to cover 115 seats in 14 states. Amit Shah, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Abhijit Mukherjee, Jayaprada among candidates. In Odisha, third phase nominations start for 42 assembly segments. Three terrorists gunned down in an encounter in Jammu and Kashmir's Shopian. Joint operation by Army, CRPF and J&K police. Another encounter underway in Handwara between terrorists and security forces. United States steps up a push for United Nations to blacklist Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar. Draft resolution backed by France and Britain. US demands travel ban, assets freeze and arms embargo on Masood Azhar. And in the Sultan Azlan Shah Cup, India to face South Korea in the final on 30th of March. After beating Canada 7-3, India tied with South Korea at 10 points. First up, let's get you all the news related to elections. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today began his election campaign for the Lok Sabha election in Uttar Pradesh's Meerut. Addressing a rally in Meerut, the PM said that India has made up its mind. 130 crore Indians have decided who will return in 2019. Calling himself the nation's Chaukidar, PM Modi added that he will bring justice to all and said, "We as a party are on the path to development, but others have no policy or vision." The Prime Minister asserted that on one side you have a new India brimming with energy and on the other side you have dynasts who only care for their personal benefits.
आज एक तरफ विकास का ठोस आधार है तो दूसरी तरफ न नीति है न विचार है और ना ही कहीं नीयत नजर आती है। एक तरफ फैसले लेने वाली सरकार है तो दूसरी तरफ दशकों तक फैसले टालने वाला इतिहास मौजूद है। एक तरफ नए भारत के संस्कार है और दूसरी तरफ वंशवाद और भ्रष्टाचार का बोलबाला है।
And taking a swipe at the Congress's Nyay scheme, PM Modi said that people who could not open bank accounts are now saying that they will directly transfer money to the poor.
बैंक खाते खुलवाता था तो ये बड़े बुद्धिमान लोग भाषण करते थे कि देश में बैंकें नहीं है, गांव का आदमी क्या करेगा। ऐसा कहते थे कि नहीं कहते थे? और आज वही कह रहे हैं जो लोग अरे गरीबों का बैंक का खाता 70 साल तक नहीं खुलवा पाए, वो कहते तुम्हारे खाते में पैसे डालेंगे। कोई भरोसा करेगा क्या? अरे जो खाता नहीं खुलवा सकता है वो खाते में डाल सकता है क्या?
He added that in the days to come, I will not only put forward NDA's report card, but also ask the opposition why they had failed earlier. The Prime Minister added that for the first time, the country is witnessing a government that knows how to deliver. He also invoked the surgical strike conducted by the Indian Army to say that this Chowkidar made it possible. BJP National President Amit Shah will address a Vijay Sankalp rally in Assam today. He will also address a Sankalp rally in Jorhat district of the state. Meanwhile, Priyanka Gandhi will hold closed-door interactions with the workers, and she is also expected to meet people in Rai Bareli today. She will also visit Ayodhya to launch her party's campaign for the Faizabad Lok Sabha seat on Friday. And with the issue of notification, the filing of nominations for the third phase of Lok Sabha elections has begun. 115 constituencies spread over 14 states and union territories will go to polls in this phase on 23rd of April. The last date for filing of nominations for this phase is 4th of April, and the scrutiny will take place the next day, that is on 5th of April, and 8th of April is the last date for the withdrawal of candidature. Remember, elections will be held in all the 26 seats of Gujarat, all 20 in Kerala, 14 seats each in Karnataka and in Maharashtra, 10 in Uttar Pradesh, 7 in Chhattisgarh, 6 in Odisha, 5 each in Bihar and West Bengal, and also 4 in Assam. Also 2 seats in Goa, and 1 each in Jammu and Kashmir, Daman and Diu and Dadra and Nagar Haveli are going to polls in this phase. Political leaders like BJP President Amit Shah, Sambit Patra, Varun Gandhi, Jaya Prada, Samajwadi Party founder Mulayam Singh Yadav and Congress leader Abhijit Mukherjee are among the key candidates for this phase. The Lok Sabha elections will start on 11th of April. They'll continue till 19th of May in 7 phases, and the counting of votes will be held on 23rd of May. Meanwhile, in Odisha as well, third phase nominations will begin for 42 assembly segments. And today is also the last day for the withdrawal of candidature for the first phase of Lok Sabha elections. 91 constituencies spread over 20 states and union territories will go to polls in this phase on 11th of April. The nominations began with the issue of notification on 18th of March for this phase, while the scrutiny of nominations for the same was held on 26th of March. The elections will be held for all the 25 Lok Sabha seats in Andhra Pradesh, 17 in Telangana in the first phase. And among other constituencies going to polls in this phase are 8 in Uttar Pradesh, 7 in Maharashtra, 5 each in Uttarakhand and Assam, 4 each in Bihar and Odisha, 2 each in Jammu and Kashmir, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya and West Bengal, and 1 each in Chhattisgarh, Manipur, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, Sikkim, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep. And apart from this, today is also the last day for the withdrawal of candidature for all the 175 assembly constituencies of Andhra Pradesh, all 32 assembly seats in Sikkim, all 60 assembly constituencies in Arunachal Pradesh, and 28 of the total 147 assembly segments in Odisha, which will be held in the first phase on 11th of April. Assembly elections in Odisha will be held in 4 phases. Special report now. Tumkur, a semi-urban constituency barely 62 kilometers from Bengaluru, is shaping into a tough battle for the Congress-JDS alliance. It has also armed the BJP with ammunition to question the JDS that it is not being able to look beyond its first family. Here is a report from Rajya.
An intense battle is on the cards for the Tumkur Lok Sabha seat. JDS patriarch H.D. Devgowda is in the fray as the joint candidate of the Congress-JDS alliance. But all is not rosy for Gowda. The Congress had won the seat in 2014 and the party is not happy for giving the seat to the JDS.
today the Tumkur voters are supporting Mr. Devagowda, and basically it is a JDS constituency. In last assembly segment election also, we have taken upper hand. 3 MLAs belongs to the JDS, 1 MLA belongs to the Congress party, and the total vote sharing, around 7 lakh votes polled in favor of JDS and Congress, around 4 lakh votes polled in favor of BJP. So the ground reality is very good. That is why we have decided to field Mr. Devagowda as a candidate.
The main rival, the BJP, is questioning the JDS on playing dynastic politics. Not only Devagowda, even 2 grandsons, Nikhil Gowda from Mandya and Prajwal Revanna from Hassan, are contesting the elections, which means the first family of the JDS is contesting 3 of the 7 seats it has been given.
Also, you said they're contesting 7 seats, but they had to give up on 1 seat, which is Bangalore North, because they could not find another candidate from within their family to contest the seat. So this only shows that there is lack of leadership in the party, and it is clearly very feudalistic in nature, equivalent to that of the Congress, where you cannot go beyond the Gandhi family when it comes to leadership. And the same can be seen in the case of JDS as well.
The battle in Tumkur is not just a straight contest between the Congress-JDS alliance and the BJP. The entry of Mudda Hanumegowda, who is a sitting MP and now a Congress rebel, contesting as an independent, has opened up calculations. The Congress party is, however, sure that they'll convince the rebel to back the official candidate and also to take back his nomination.
Complicating the Tumkur battle is the entry of sitting MP and now Congress rebel Mudda Hanumegowda. The Congress says it's confident of convincing him to step down in favor of the coalition candidate. The party is well aware that it needs to keep its house in order to pose any challenge to the BJP candidate, former MP G.S. Basavaraju.
Then again, 29th is the withdrawal date. So I am confident that I will persuade him to withdraw, and I'll also persuade Mr. Rajya, who is also applied it from our own party. If these two withdraw on 29th, I think we will have absolutely no problem. But in case, if both of them contest, then we will have a different political strategy. In spite of that, we will definitely win this seat.
For the JDS, winning the seat has become not only a matter of preserving cohesion with its coalition partner, but also ensuring the future of the next generation of the Gowda family. Rajat Ken's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
On to some other news now. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has stressed that climate change is the most common challenge faced by the world today. Delivering the keynote address at a Connect Karo event organized by WRI India, the Vice President said that the best way to face climate change is to be friendly with nature and live in harmony with it. The Vice President also emphasized that there is a need to systematically identify the source of problem and deal with it, or else it will adversely impact the health and the well-being of city residents, especially our children.
We are all together fighting the common challenge of climate change that threatens our planet. And as we brace ourselves to cope up with this challenge, we will have to marshal all our intelligence, knowledge, science and understanding of nature to do that. Climate change is upon us. The best way to face the climate change is to be friendly with the nature. Love and live with the nature.
Big story coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where 3 terrorists were killed in an encounter with the security forces in Shopian district of Jammu and Kashmir today. The encounter in Kelar area started early this morning after a joint team of the CRPF Army and the Jammu and Kashmir police was attacked by terrorists during a search operation in the area. An encounter is currently underway. Now, this is the second encounter in Shopian district in less than a week. Meanwhile, another encounter is also underway in Handwara between the terrorists and the security forces. And in a latest report, the UGC or the University Grants Commission has prohibited the universities for carrying out a list of courses in distance mode. The decision was taken by the higher education regulator at its last meeting on the ground that a degree program in professional course is technical in nature as it requires practicals or laboratory courses. While the rule was in place earlier as well, the number of courses under the ambit of professional was extended. Now, as per the new rules, agriculture and related courses will also be considered professional, and institutes cannot deliver degree programs in the field in open or distance mode anymore. Many institutes will have to now shut their courses or tweak their degree program. Thus, now the list of degree courses not allowed to be imparted through distance mode include engineering, medicine, dental, pharmacy, nursing, architecture, physiotherapy, and agriculture. In Midday News, we'll take a very short break here. We'll be right back with more news. Stay tuned. On to the other big story this afternoon. The United States has circulated a draft resolution to the United Nations Security Council to blacklist Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar after China prevented an earlier move 2 weeks ago. The US circulated draft resolution to the powerful 14-nation council to blacklist Azhar and subject him to a travel ban, an asset freeze and an arms embargo. Now, the resolution is backed by France and Britain, which joined the US earlier this month in pushing for sanctions against Masood Azhar. There have been 4 attempts through a UN sanctions committee to add Azhar to the blacklist. China blocked 3 previous requests and put a technical hold on the latest one, or the 4th one, which could last up to 9 months. The top international focus, there was no sign of a breakthrough in the Brexit deadlock as UK lawmakers failed to agree on an alternative to Theresa May's Brexit plan. Now, none of the MPs' 8 proposed Brexit options secured clear backing in a series of votes in the House of Commons. The options, which included a customs union with the EU and also a referendum on the deal, were supposed to find a consensus over how to leave the European Union. However, British lawmakers failed to find a majority on a way forward to break the impasse over Britain's departure from the European Union. The British lawmakers also voted to delay Britain's departure from the European Union until 12th of April. And after the results, Brexit Secretary Stephen Barclay said that it has strengthened the view that their deal was the best option. Meanwhile, Theresa May has promised to stand down as Prime Minister if her deal was passed.
Today considered a wide variety of options as a way forward, and it demonstrates that there are no easy options here. There is no simple way forward. The deal the government has negotiated is a compromise, both with the EU and with members across this House. That is the nature of complex negotiations. The results of the process this House has gone through today strengthens our view that the deal the government has negotiated is the best option.
And US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo on Wednesday expressed concern over the increasing risk that China poses to America. In his congressional testimony, Mike Pompeo said that from the perspective of national security, the US has changed the way that it thinks about China in view of the important economic relationships between the two countries. Elaborating, he said that the increasing risk that China poses to the US in the West is real. He added that keeping this view, the Trump administration has put forward the Indo-Pacific strategy, which includes a free and open navigation of waterways in the Indian Ocean. Meanwhile, Pompeo also met with the survivors and family members of China's campaign of repression and mass detention against the minority groups in Xinjiang. He hit out at China for protecting Islamic terror groups, saying that China abuses over 1 million Muslims at home, but it protects violent Islamic terror groups from UN sanctions. He was apparently referring to China blocking a proposal to designate Pakistan-based Jaish-e-Mohammed's chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist at the United Nations Security Council earlier this month. And Facebook has banned white nationalist and white separatist content from its platform. Facebook said this in a blog. It said, "It is clear that these concepts are deeply linked to organized hate groups and have no place in our services." The social network had already barred hateful treatment of people based on characteristics like race, ethnicity, or religion, including white supremacy. But civil rights groups and scholars have argued that there are loopholes in Facebook's rules against hate speech that allowed for white nationalist and white separatist content. Facebook's move highlights how the social network has been increasing its efforts to combat hate speech, an issue that came back into the public spotlight after a suspected gunman used the social network to live stream as he opened fire on worshippers inside a mosque in New Zealand. All the sporting action now. India and South Korea have entered the final of the Sultan Azlan Shah Cup tournament in Malaysia. South Korea defeated Malaysia 2-1 to reach the final, which will be played on Saturday. Earlier, India defeated Canada by 7-3 in their fourth round-robin match of the tournament on Wednesday evening. Striker Mandeep Singh scored a brilliant hat-trick as India outplayed Canada to set one foot on the summit clash of the tournament. Mandeep was also awarded the man of the match for his fine hat-trick. And in more sports news, the Indian shuttlers had a great opening day of Super 500 level tournament played at New Delhi on Wednesday. In the men's singles, Shubhankar De produced a brilliant performance by defeating Indonesia's Tommy Sugiarto in 3 sets. Unseeded Shubhankar, who is ranked 44th in the world, he won 14-21, 22-20, 21-11 over world number 9 Sugiarto to win the match. He also joined Kidambi Srikanth, H.S. Pranoy and B. Sai Praneeth in the men's singles pre-quarter finals. Former champion Srikanth recorded his 4th successive win over Hong Kong's Won Wing Ki Winsett with a 21-16, 18-21, 21-19 victory. And in the women's singles, PV Sindhu brushed aside fellow Indian Mugdha 21-8, 21-13 to enter the round of 16. Indian shuttlers also made it to the second round in the men's, women's and the mixed doubles categories. And that is a wrap on this edition of Midday News. Thanks for watching.